Good morning. We're going to start this morning by talking about a free online game after police and a coroner have warned about the risks of it to children. It's called Doki Literature Club, and it starts like a dating game set in a high school and features a group of animated girls in a book club. Things do turn sinister, with characters self-harming and killing themselves. It's said to be suitable and features a group of animated girls in a book club. Things do turn sinister, with characters self-harming and killing themselves. It's said to be suitable for players aged 13 or over. It was launched last year and was downloaded 2 million times in the first 4 months. An inquest will be held into the death of a 15-year-old called Ben Walmsley from Bury, whose father said the game dragged his son in. And a 15-year-old called Ben Walmsley from Bury, whose father said the game dragged his son in. And a pre-inquest review is due to take place at 10 o'clock this morning in that case. Greater Manchester Police have said, "We believe this game is a risk to children and young people, especially those that are emotionally vulnerable and anyone with existing mental health concerns." The coroner has warned this is a psychological horror game with suicide as a main feature, and notes too, it does warn it's not suitable for children. However, the graphics, etc., are clearly aimed at young people. We've contacted the game's creators, Team Salvato, but so far we haven't heard back. Here's the trailer for the game with that warning right at the start. Let's talk about this now with the news editor for the video game website Kotaku UK, Laura Dale. Also mum of two and casual gamer, Helen Grounds. She has played Doki and is a fan. And Lorna Fraser is here from the suicide prevention charity Samaritans. Welcome all of you. Thank you very much for coming on the programme. Laura, describe the premise.
So the basic premise of the game is that it starts off like a dating sim, as you'd said, that you go to this literature club, try and make friends with all these different girls, and it sort of subverts the expectations of that genre by becoming a horror narrative. A little bit of spoilers for the game. One of the characters, as it turns out, is not happy that you're dating the other video game characters, and she manipulates events so that other characters will commit suicide and will sort of drive you towards dating her instead.
And what's your reaction to this warning from the coroner and Greater Manchester Police about the risks to children and those who are vulnerable?
I think that, honestly, it's the same as the risks of any piece of media that deals with these kind of themes, be it video games or movies or books. If you have someone who is already in an emotionally vulnerable state and you have them engaging with media that tackles these difficult themes and they don't have an outlet to talk about that properly, that can be a problem. I think that a lot of it does just come down to communication and making sure that if you've got a child who is already struggling with those themes, that you're aware of what kind of media they're engaging with.
Helen, you've got two children, younger children. This game is said to be suitable for 13 and up, and that's because it asks you to tick if you are 13 and up, which of course any age could do. And despite the warning, do you think it is deliberately designed to look attractive to kids?
Well, firstly, it is a dating game. These aren't kids' games. Some people kind of get the idea that this kind of anime style is kiddie because it looks cartoony, but in Japan, anime can be for anyone, and it is over in the US and in the UK. And this type of game isn't a type of game for children. I would probably not say 13.
Even that's too young?
I would say it's quite questionable considering the sort of things that is it. But it does, playing the game, when you actually start it up, there is a ginormous text that says the game is not suitable for children. If you are easily disturbed, you should not play this. It really does try and tell you, don't play this if you're under a certain age or if you are easily disturbed. And as someone who's also does suffer from mental health problems, you know, I was thinking, ooh, should I actually play this? But I did. And it didn't affect me. If anything, some of the things that did come up kind of helped me realise that if a person sort of acts a certain way, that maybe they really do need help.
Right. And how do you react to this warning?